Give me your favorite Barkley story from Tahoe.
I mean, Charles he just gets it with people. Like he is one of the very few people certainly in that stratosphere of fame where he's interested in what you're doing. Like the first thing, hey Charles, how you doing? Whatever. I'm great. Nice to see you. How are you? Like, what are you up to? Is your family here? The first time I introduced him to my wife, it was at the Harrah's Hotel at the American Century in Tahoe, and it was at Harrah's, and it was in the lobby where there's 1,000 people there, and everyone circled. He's like, there's some crazy names there or whatever, the Timberlakes and the Mahomeses and all these guys, and everyone's so excited to see Charles. He's like larger than life almost, and so you just everyone's sort of waiting, and he's talking to me, and I'm introducing him to my wife and my wife's parents, and this is my wife Stacy and her parents Sherman and Stephanie Gardner, and whatever. Nice to meet you, and very very polite. 2 days later, we come walking up, and he walks over to them and says, "Hi, Mr. and Mrs. Gardner, how are you?" And I was like, I don't even remember their names. And this is when they met. I'm telling you, there were no exaggeration, 120 people around him waiting to meet him or have him sign something.
Yeah, and get a piece of Charles Barkley.
48 hours later, what my in-laws' names were. So it's like he just understands. He's so nice. He speaks his mind, and he loves golf and he loves being out there. And like every year, you root for him to get that top. There's a big bet out there for maybe one of the most popular maybe the most popular bet out there at the casinos is, does Charles finish top 75? And I don't think he's ever finished top 75.
Didn't he do it this year?
This year he was close, right?
This year he did it.
He did.
And this year was the second round, and he got a text from me after every round because he played really well. The first day he had maybe -5 points, which for him, he's usually at -20 or something. There's a Stableford scoring.
Yeah.
You get -2 for a double bogey.
Right.
You get -2 for a double bogey. So you're making double bogeys. The worst you could possibly get. RG3 goes and he has -36. He's -2 on every hole.
That's max. That's max.
Big, big RG3 fan, not a good golfer. So Charles, this day 2, he was in the red, in the plus for the first time ever. 3 points, +3, which means he made he didn't make a lot of doubles. He made pars. You get 1 point for a par. So he must have shot, and he ended up shooting 79 or something like that, which was his best round.
And that's awesome, man. Because I remember meeting Charles for the first time at a Jimmy V golf tournament in North Carolina in the late '90s when I was on SportsCenter back then, and he was so accessible. Where he was at, in these bars where they would have these VIP areas, he was with the people.
Yeah.
And, obviously that's when if somebody comes up and messes with him, he would sometimes, not stand for it. And there would be a set to, because he was accessible. But he was great to everybody, just accessible. And I will never forget a karaoke night where he sat Michael Jordan in a chair on a stage, got on a knee and sang "I Believe I Can Fly" to Michael Jordan. And the place went nuts. One of the greatest. It was awesome.
Yeah, he's
as A+ as they come.
He really is. Yeah, and he as a former athlete or whatever, and current athletes that are out there watching him, he's an incredible role model in terms of how to treat people that you don't know but are just fans. And because I've seen the opposite. We've all seen that too.
Yes.
You just sort of blow them off, and those are humans as well, and those are kind of the people that pay your bills
for sure
most of the time. And he's phenomenal person.
Catch the Rich Eisen Show every single day on the Roku channel, 12 to 3 Eastern, for free.